just a couple minutes away from bringing Lupe in here to do the interview. Just some basic ground rules, and this is from management and the label, so please do your best to respect what they wish, but no autographs at all.
Yo, put your hands together one more time, y'all, for Lupe Fiasco.
What's up, y'all? Hey. Chilling.
We're just gonna have a casual conversation with Lupe, have some questions, and you guys are here with us. So.
Yes, this is our little Studio 93 here.
DJ Hyphen.
That's me.
J Moore.
That's me.
Lupe Fiasco. These are my homies. Every time I come to Seattle, we hang out. Bishop G's not with us.
Yes, where's Bishop?
He's with his 35 kids. But these are my homies, so I rarely give like interviews with like, love, open up. But it's guys like this that you build a trust with over years. You know, you let them know, the real deal and stuff like that. So good business with these guys.
Yes, thanks for coming through, man. It's been a minute since we've had you here.
Yeah, it's been a while.
Yeah.
But that's what it's supposed to be though, because you're supposed to live life, let things happen
That's
through
true.
a certain patina.
Last time you put out in a Corvette. The garage downstairs.
Yeah, a Corvette, yellow Corvette.
Yeah.
Rented that from Hertz.
You guys may not know this, but Lupe is a huge car
Yeah,
race
huge car
fanatic.
fanatic. Yeah, I got like 9 cars.
But they're special. They're not just
Doesn't look
like.
like Birdman has 30 cars. Like, oh.
What's your favorite of the 9?
I got a Daytona Coupe, 1965 Daytona Coupe. It was one of the cars built to beat Ferraris in the FIA races back in '65, GT races. So I got one of those. It's a replica of the original 6. Original 6 are like 12 million a piece. Mine is a replica of those. And it's not 12. But it's still like, that's like my baby. That's one of the cars where it's like, yeah, I got that done.
Is there one on like your wish list?
Yeah, a Ferrari F40. But that's like long term. Like I could get that when I'm 50.
Okay.
Still and be good. It's just like the key.
Didn't you just like sell your Ferrari?
Yeah, I have 4 Ferraris. Let's ball. Yo. You didn't know that about me. I do kind of get paid. Kick push. Pays the bills.
The pre-album tour. Most people drop the album and then go on tour and perform.
Not if you're Drake.
Is this the Drizzy's Law?
Not if you're Rick Ross.
So you can just kind
He's
of.
on the Mastermind tour right now. Mastermind's not a star. Nah, it's. It may seem that that's what it is. Like, no, this is so amazing.
Well, that's
like,
the
it's not
traditional
cool.
standpoint, right?
Nah, not really.
Okay.
Not really. Some people went on tour, and if you liked what you heard on stage, then they would go back and record it, and then put it out.
Yeah.
So are you doing that?
Yeah.
Are you testing material? This is like that's what stand-up comics do.
Yeah, that's kind of what they do. Not really. The bulk of the album's done. Probably maybe got like 2 or 3 songs to do when we get back off the road. But all the singles are done. Old School Love is out. All the kind of potential singles are done for the next, couple months.
You got a whole lot of songs in the vault. Did any of those make it onto this album?
Nah.
Huh? None?
Nah, maybe 1.
Okay.
But nah, all the vault records are still like in the vault. Because I feel like when I create in a certain period, it's done. And if it comes out, it comes out. But there's no real incentive for me to put it out, unless it's, I don't know, unless we like do a re-release or something like that and do bonus material or something. But I like to be fresh. All the songs that we did for Food Maker 2, Part 2 are just kind of like sitting in the vault.
Who all did you work with on this project this time around?
Bunch of new cats. Work with these kids called Floss and Fame. My DJ Simon Says, who's around here somewhere. He did Crack, which is this joint I got with Chris Brown. Work with Justice League.
Yeah.
I work with DJ Dahi.
Yes.
I worked with Soundtrack, Ty Dolla $ign.
Okay.
Rick Ross, Big Crit, Trader Truth, Buck from Psychodrama, Trouble, Glasses Malone, again Chris Brown, Ed Sheeran, Luke James. It's like
It's a lot of people.
Nah, it's 12.
How has your personal views or professional views of the industry changed over the years as you evolved and developed?
Yeah, I just had a wonderful meeting at iTunes, and that kind of came up a couple of days ago. I was fortunate enough to be in the industry when we were still recording on tape and editing a tape literally meant getting out a razor blade and
Cutting.
cutting it and splicing it and then doing this, and that was editing. It wasn't no crop this, do this, put that together. It was like do that, all that by hand. The more technological we get, the easier things become, the simpler things become. It opens it up to more people who lack a certain the know-how, the savviness, or you don't really need the institutions anymore. But once you lose from those institutions, is everything that came with it.
Mm-hmm.
So there's no staff.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you got Pro Tools and you got Fruity Loops, but now you don't have a marketing staff, and you don't have a radio promotions team, and you don't have a artist development team. You know, but now the label is taking advantage of all the ease of technology and stuff on there, and they're participating in it too. So now they can make a T-shirt, they can do all this stuff in-house for you, done. But what that means for the artist is you lose the ownership of those things.
Do you prefer doing collaborations, or do you like doing solo stuff? Like completely just yourself, being the only least vocal feature on the track?
I don't know, it depends on what it is. I get turned down a lot.
You
That's
mean
the
you
other part.
ask and people turn down?
Yeah.
Or?
Like ask,
Really?
send record to person, talk to manager, talk about price, book studio time. Nah, we don't not agree with it. Like I've been turned down more than I've been accepted.
What's the reason behind why they turned it down?
I called the president terrorist.
Bad business.
Who wants to do a record? I get that, but then you get people who are like my homies. They're like, we don't care. But that really is a piece of it, you know, where it's like, yo, you're tainted goods, Lupe, and we love you, but.
But some people have to be like drawn to that. Like you got Big Crit on the record. I know Crit's gonna be like, yo, you can speak your mind.
Well, some of these people I got personal relationships with.
Yeah.
You know, so they don't care about that. And then there's the certain, you know, people who believe that freedom of speech is a real thing. It's like you say whatever you want to say. But then there's people who have to worry about, you know, their public image. You know, and they're worried about that. I don't really care about that, but a lot of people do. So I found myself in that weird space. And then you start to question, like, is that why they're not doing it, or they just don't? You know? And then like the record's whack. You know, it's like it ain't like the record's whack, and then like I'm the trash MC. It ain't like I don't stand for nothing. And then you think like, oh, maybe it's because I talk about fucking hoes. But it's like, nah, I don't talk about hoes. So it becomes like, oh, it's the political side of things that people kind of shy away from. But it is what it is.
What's your relationship with Rick Ross like, and how did that develop?
I met Rick Ross in the streets.
Literally.
Yeah.
Yeah. Where? What
A
city?
lot of my connections come from people that I know from not in rap. And so it becomes like, you know, the homie of the homie. Like, that's the homie. It's like, okay, cool. You know, and we just kind of had a relationship from that point of view.
And how long ago did you guys first link up?
It was a Jay-Z tour. He was on tour with Jay, and that was, I remember what album I did. Remember what album that was? It was a long time ago. It was a minute ago.
And then the first record that
Jay-Z
you
was
guys,
still president over at Def Jam.
It was
that was a while ago.
So it was a minute ago.
American Gangster.
Something like that. Maybe, possibly. I forgot that even came out.
I know.
That's swag.
And then the first record that you did with Ross was the one with Wale, just the recent one.
Yeah, Poor Decisions.
Yeah.
Yeah, they reached out.
Jake one.
Want to do something.
Is that a Jake
Sent that
One
over.
beat?
Yeah, Jake one.
Nice.
Yeah.
Sent it over. Super good. Murdered that.
I thought that was interesting because
Put that in a box. Cemetery.
I feel like
Funeral home. That.
we kind of came up in the late '90s.
Blah, blah, blah. I killed that verse.
You did kill that verse. I like the way you flipped it too, like reversed it. That was the key to that verse.
Murdered it.
Are you proud of that verse?
Tell us how you feel about the verse.
Well, you know, I kind of like it.
It's a good verse.
Okay.
How long does it take you to write a verse like that?
Depends. I can write it in 30 seconds.
What's the quickest you've ever written a full 16-bar verse?
That was if any good.
Yeah.
That was like groundbreaking. Maybe.
That made a recording that you enjoyed.
I give myself an hour.
Okay.
I give myself an hour.
We gotta let you go in a minute, but I want to ask one last question that I've actually only asked of one other artist, this Canadian artist named Shad, who I think is one of the dopest writers in the game, and you're right up there as well. What is the artist's responsibility? You know, your lyrics are so complex to ensure that the listener understands.
As I grow in business, as I grow in my artistic kind of, you know, career, I'm starting to shed that responsibility, simply because I've built up a catalog of straightforward, very direct, very gettable, very understandable messaging and things and songs, all up to now, old school love, and kind of raise the expectations of my audience with my own. So yeah, we'll give you a little bit of the stuff that you can understand, peppered with a little bit of the stuff that is going to take a little bit more effort to kind of understand. But I need you to do this because when this record deal is over, if you haven't been paying attention, then all is lost. And Radiohead is my bar. Jay-Z's not my bar. He was my bar when I was 16. Then he became MF Doom. And now it's Radiohead. I want to make music like Radiohead.
When you're traveling, like what city is it that you like headed to that you can't wait to get to?
All of them.
No, like what's like your favorite spot?
All of them.
Okay.
We literally came in yesterday. We came in this morning and went straight to the market.
Okay.
Straight to market, literally straight to Market Grill, fish sandwich, straight to Beecher's, macaroni and cheese, straight to the donut shop. 37 donuts. Now let's go up to KUBE. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, hey, that's what I'm talking about.
So every city, we like straight to the Lucy's in Austin. Where we at? We're in San Francisco. Straight to go get some mushrooms.
I got a question for you.
What? What's the question?
What made you write Around My Way?
What's Around My Way? Oh, Freedom Ain't Free.
Yeah.
What made me write that?
Yeah, like what inspired you?
The inspiration for doing that. Wait, are you coming to the show tonight? You're not coming to the show tonight. Look at his face. He so has a I'm not coming to the show tonight face. He's like, man.
You'll see me.
Freedom Ain't Free. Because it was the Food and Liquor 2, the album, Great American Rap album, was the concept of it was my particular perspective and story of America. So Freedom Ain't Free was just one of those joints to use as a vehicle to kind of make sure that that concept got across to people that this is what the album is about. It's about America. It's about the ups and downs, the ills, the good, the bad of what America is to me, and from my point of view. So Freedom Ain't Free was like the marquee record for the concept of the album.